If I'm going to commit to something, might as well start here. I smiled like an idiot at my phone. That night, Laura came home crying, makeup ruined, dress torn at the zipper. He doesn't want me, she sobbed. James said I was just fun, nothing serious, that he could never leave his fiancée for someone who'd cheat. You've been seeing an engaged man? We worked together. It just happened. But I thought if you were dating too, it wouldn't be wrong. That's not how this works. I know. She collapsed on our couch. I ruined everything, but we can fix this. End the experiment early. Go back to normal. There is no normal anymore, Jess. She grabbed my hands. Please, I'll do anything. Therapy, couples counseling, whatever you want. I want honesty. How long has James been happening? She looked away. 3 months, she lied through her teeth. I'm done, Jess. You can't leave me. She pulled me closer, desperate. I'm pregnant. Everything stopped. What? 5 weeks. I just found out. She touched her stomach. It's a sign. The universe telling us to work this out. I knew I had a choice to make. I sat there on the couch not moving while she kept one hand on her stomach. My brain started doing math I didn't want to do. We'd last slept together maybe 3 weeks ago, which could line up with 5 weeks pregnant if you counted from her last period. But she'd also been sleeping with James for who knows how long, so the timing worked for him too. Laura watched my face and I could see her trying to read what I was thinking. I needed facts before I could make any decision about what came next. I stood up and walked to the kitchen to get some space. She followed me and grabbed my arm. I pulled away gently but firmly. We needed to talk about this like adults, not like whatever we'd been pretending to be for the past 6 weeks. I turned around and looked at her directly. We had to have an honest conversation about dates and who this baby's father actually was. She immediately got defensive and started talking fast about how she tracked her cycle in an app and knew exactly when she ovulated. I let her finish and then pointed out the obvious problem. She'd been sleeping with James too, so unless she had separate tracking for both of us, she couldn't actually know for sure. Her face went red and she started crying, asking how I could accuse her of not knowing her own body. I stayed calm and explained that I wasn't accusing her of anything except sleeping with 2 people during the same time period. That was just a fact. We needed a paternity test before anything else could happen. She sobbed that I didn't trust her, and that hurt more than anything else she'd done. I almost laughed at that but managed to keep it together. Trust was something she'd destroyed months ago when she started planning her escape with James. She grabbed tissues from the counter and kept crying while I stood there waiting for her to calm down. Finally, she asked what I wanted to do, and I told her we'd get a paternity test as soon as medically possible. She said fine, but kept insisting it was unnecessary because she just knew it was mine. I went to my laptop that night after she went to bed and started searching everything about paternity testing during pregnancy. Turns out they can do something called non-invasive prenatal paternity testing as early as 7 weeks with just a blood draw from the mom. The baby's DNA shows up in her bloodstream, and they can compare it to potential fathers through cheek swabs. I found a lab about 20 minutes away that specialized in this kind of testing and read through all their information. The test cost around $1,500 and took about a week to get results back. I bookmarked the page and made a note to call them first thing Monday morning. Laura came out of the bedroom around midnight and saw me still on the laptop. She asked what I was doing and I told her I was researching paternity tests. She sat down next to me and looked at the screen, then got quiet. I asked if she wanted to see what I'd found and she nodded. We sat there together reading about the process, and she admitted it seemed less complicated than she'd thought. I called the lab Monday morning and scheduled an appointment for the following week when Laura would be just past 7 weeks. The receptionist was professional and didn't ask questions about our situation. Laura agreed to go, but kept saying it felt wrong to doubt the pregnancy like this.